Dozen individuals missiled out of $1 million to individuals have been captured on various misrepresentation charges. Fox 5's Denise Dillon conversed with Roswell police about the pair's broad business plan and why they accept there are more casualties, $1 million extortion plot, and a ton of casualties. This all occurred through a supposed development and training business, a piece of it run via virtual entertainment. I wouldn't fret, gracious my golly. Some of the time you need to be free bras are choking great. It seems as though we're in for another example today, people. And let me let you know, with regards to Cherish guidance, you should really reconsider following the unparalleled Steve Harvey. For what reason am I saying this? Well, it just so happens. Shirley Strawberry realized this example the most difficult way possible, and kid, do I have every one of the subtleties to impart to you presently on the off chance that you're not comfortable, unquestionably, is Steve Harvey's co-host. And think about what her better half is as of now, up to speed in a difficult situation. We're talking major accusations here. People he's been charged of taking part in tricks, and associated with a few profoundly upsetting exercises that includes kids with a lady who professes to be his lawyer, yet is truly his other sweetheart. Could you at any point accept it? And the present moment, Shirley is prepared to spill every one of the shameful beans. She's going to uncover each and every delicious detail encompassing this stunning adventure, so clutch your seats, since I'm going to take you on a wild ride loaded up with restrictive insider data that will leave you panting for more. Trust me. This is one tattle story you won't have any desire to pass up. You, everyone in the workplace, resembles here. Wow, congrats, young lady, congrats. Thank you, folks. Now, before we dig into every one of the delicious subtleties, we should pause for a minute to get to know Shirley Strawberry and her better half, Ernesto Williams. Shirley had a fascinating, heartfelt excursion, having been hitched not once yet 2 times in that frame of mind, while the character of her most memorable husband stays a bit baffling. What we cannot deny is that they share a wonderful little girl named Sheridan. Currently, here's where things get intriguing. Both Shirley and Ernesto owe their association with, in all honesty, the unbelievable love master himself, Steve Harvey. Yes, you heard it right. Steve assumed a pivotal part in uniting these two lovebirds. He went about as a definitive intermediary, overcoming any barrier among them, and making ready for their blooming relationship. Butthole, on close, in light of the fact that the story takes a wind that could make you question Steve's adoration. Exhortation. Out and out, we should zero in on Shirley Strawberry briefly. She's a remarkable genius in the diversion, incredibly famous for her enamoring presence as a co-have on the ridiculously well-known Steve Harvey morning show. Since its origin back in 2000, Shirley has been wowing crowds with her well-honed mind, drawing in character and provocative experiences on a different scope of subjects. Her endless energy and rational methodology have made her a dearest figure, engaging and rousing audience members across the globe. Presently now, we should move our concentration to Ernesto Williams, the husband of our darling Shirley Strawberry. Ernesto is an incredible, determined worker, cutting out a fruitful way for himself in the roaring men's prepping industry. With his flourishing endeavor, Ernesto trims the man is no more peculiar to the universe of trimmers and scissors, having an exceptional ability for changing men's appearance into outright flawlessness. Anyway, it appears to be that Ernesto's abilities reach out past hairstyles and prepping, as he is likewise exhibited a sad talent for participating in misleading practices and running different tricks. Their lives were working out in a good way until last year, in 2022. A man named Ernest Williams, who has a similar name as Shirley's better half, was caught and had to deal with serious penalties connected with unseemly material, including kids found on his PC. At first, there was vulnerability on the off chance that this man was, as a matter of fact, Shirley's life partner. Yet as time advanced, it turned out to be evidently evident that the man being referred to was, to be sure, her better half. Presently, here's where things get much really captivating. Ernest has a seriously brilliant past. With a path of crimes in the past, he has spent time in jail for participating in nudge and equipped burglary, making him no outsider to some unacceptable side of the law, as affirmed by media takeout. While Ernesto's legal counselor didn't unequivocally state at the time that Shirley Strawberry is his client's better half, the attorney dropped a few enticing clues during court procedures. He uncovered to the court that Ernesto's better half is somebody who appreciates public acknowledgement and consideration. Inquisitively enough, during a similar court meeting, Ernesto's lawyer unintentionally let slip that Ernesto's significant other's most memorable name starts with the letter S and her last name is Strawberry. During Ernesto's bail hearing, the examiner made some stunning cases. They unveiled that they had blocked telephone discussions, where Ernesto was trapped in conversations with numerous people. Among these discussions was unified with his supposed escort, wherein they examined plans of getting away from Atlanta to Florida together. The investigator likewise uncovered that they had heard a discussion among Ernesto and his significant other. In this discussion, stunning subtleties arose. For example, discussed Shirley's supervisor, reputed to be Steve Harvey, having an extravagant second home in Abu Dhabi, which Ernesto saw as an expected safe haven to sidestep legitimate results by leaving the nation quick forward to now. And it's been authoritatively affirmed that Shirley Strawberry's better half was for sure the man captured in 2022. Yet clutch your caps, since there's more going on. Following quite a while of exploring, the police got serious about Ernest Williams, otherwise called Nesto, who was 57 years of age at that point, and Erica Lord, 46 years of age, for charges including extortion, falsification, and burglary. Might you at any point accepted they had gone in excess of 12 individuals? Analysts began investigating rental extortion, and that is the point at which they found of their underhanded activity. Williams and Ruler had made counterfeit organizations and guaranteed training administrations to assist individuals with developing their organizations. Yet here's the trick: they took individuals' cash without truly offering the types of assistance they guaranteed. It's assessed that the casualties lost north of $1 million in real money and property holdup. What's significantly more stunning is the way that Shirley Strawberry knew about her significant other's undertaking. As a matter of fact, Williams and Lord leased a house right close to Shirley's home in Roswell, Georgia. Discuss show hitting up close and personal. The examination started when Williams and Lords began falling behind on their rental installments and started bobbing checks. The police dug further into their funds and uncovered their $1 million credit fix trick. In 2022, they had fooled individuals into figuring they could assist them with working on their credit. Yet it was every one of the hoax official Tim Lupo from the Roswell Police Division shed light on the underhanded strategies utilized by Williams Lord. They would lay out associations with their casualties, profiting by their desires for brand development life objectives. Add online entertainment distinction anyway. As opposed to giving the guaranteed help, they left their casualties helpless, unleashing ruin on their monetary prosperity. Williams has a seriously criminal record, including past convictions for extortion and furnished theft. And think about what clearly Strawberry truly composed a letter to the appointed authority requesting tolerance for better half to discuss remaining by your man. As a feature of his bail conditions, the adjudicator requested Williams to avoid Shirley's little girl Sheridan and her 2 youngsters. In addition to, he was prohibited from having any contact with creatures. And by the manner in which it's worth focusing on that, when Williams wasn't engaged with legitimate exercises, he truly had an effective business as the proprietor of a famous 24-hour hair salon in Atlanta. The New York Times even composed an article about his barbershop. Back in 2012, renowned figures like Shaquille O'Neal and rapper Akon were among the high-profile clients who regularly visited his foundation. Yet back to his entire trial to get away from the chaotic circumstance. Definitely Strawberry boldly chooses to uncover all that she is familiar with her significant other's contribution with his paramour Erica, It's memorable's critical that despite the fact that Shirley and Steve Harvey weren't straightforwardly engaged with these tricks like Ernest, was they can't get away from the results of being familiar with it and not making a move. One individual even remarked she really wants to assume liability and responsibility for not verifying him in any case. Someone else ringed in expressing disgrace on Steve for presenting them. I genuinely accept Steve knew about his obscure past. Think pretty much everyone individuals who confided vigorously and paid for help to develop their organizations and work on themselves, just to be deceived and defrauded. It's genuinely grievous. What's considerably more dumbfounding is the disclosure that Ernest is presently having to deal with different penalties, including at least 4 counts connected with double dealing with the potential for additional significant lawful offense. Accusations to be added. Apparently Ernest's thought processes stretch out past monetary profit, as upsetting claims of unseemly way of behaving, including youngsters, have arisen, creating a dull shaded area over the city's circumstance. While unverified, there have been reports flowing about conceivable abuse of Shirley's own kids, adding an extra layer of concern. One thing is sure, this adventure is a long way from arriving at its decision. Fans are left pondering whether there are undisclosed parts of the story yet to be uncovered. Love, what is your perspective on this stunning new development? Go ahead and share your viewpoints in the remarks underneath. While we hang tight for refreshes, remember to watch the following video where you'll find considerably additional stunning subtleties.